All right, guys, we're in Fort Wayne, Indiana. We're at Pierre's Entertainment Center. Actually, we're inside Club Phoenix right now. That's kind of cool. I've always wanted to see what it's like in here. It's pretty damn cool. But the important thing is we're at Pierre's. I'm with Uliana, Leon, Cilver, and we're on the 6 a.m. tour. Man, guys, first off, how has this tour been for you guys so far?
Pretty fantastic. I mean, they're an amazing band, and like just being on a road with them straight up, seeing that kind of quality of shows every night is great. It makes us feel extremely great to be able to be direct support for such an act. I can go on and on about every single one in the band, from DJ to James to Six. It's crazy. So it's a pleasure to be on the road with them, and sharing our music to their fans, and it's a blessing.
Awesome. I mean, at 6 a.m., obviously, Nikki Sixx and the man, Cilver, you guys are still relatively new. What has it been like and for you guys as a newer band, to be on the road with such a seasoned veteran? And not only Nikki, DJ is seasoned. I mean, James, been a vet. I mean, how is it? Have you guys been able to pick up any, tips for touring along with those guys?
We've been watching every day. Obviously, there's so much to learn. James is an amazing writer, amazing vocalist. So it's been great to kind of see that kind of come to life on stage. And TJ Ashba is obviously an amazing guitar player.
Yeah.
Has a lot of stage experience. So obviously, any young artist would be thrilled to be on the road and kind of just be a sponge. And that's how I feel, at least. So.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I really love about them is how much they love their fans and how many special things they're doing for them. And that is really, really awesome to watch, because at that level it's kind of rare to see it. And they have that kind of thing. So they love their fans. They do a lot of special packages and then performances by the boss at night. I thought that was really cool.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's translating well. I mean, like you said, we're a relatively young band, but we're going on there and putting on our show and their fans, and our fans are coming out and reacting. And it's been a great, our record came out the end of April, and it's been an awesome experience just seeing it with these fans liking it and buying it and singing along in the front row already. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, the album came out at the end of April, was already doing extremely well. I think it top 20 new artist charts already, I believe.
15, Number 15, yeah.
I think it's broken the 80s in the hard rock charts as well now. I mean, it's only been out for a couple weeks.
Yeah,
I mean,
29th.
Is the second week,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with putting as much into that record as you guys did, I mean, how rewarding is it? How much does it mean to you guys as the songwriters and the artists to see it doing as well as it has and received as well as it has been?
For me, it's kind of, I'm still kind of soaking it in, because we wrote and finished the record and turned it in October of 2015. And so it's been a while.
Yeah, we were sitting there waiting.
And it's almost
it's fine, but that's how it goes.
It's like a caged beast finally getting out.
I feel like a woman who just bought a nice dress.
You cannot wear it.
Yeah, I can't wear it. Now I'm gonna put it on, and then I walk the streets and be like, how do I look?
And everyone's like, amazing.
Everyone is either gonna be like, shit.
But yeah, it's the build up to that. For sure, it's the build up to that. But I mean, Leon produced the record, and a lot of people don't know that. In conjunction with Johnny Cave, who was the executive producer. And it's a very weird thing to see that something came out of your hands and goes out in the world, is received very well. And for the two of us as the songwriting team, I guess, when you see the songs that you write that are resonating with people, it means a lot. Because I really always say, I think for us, lyrics are very important, and the message that we're getting out to our listeners is very important. We always write from things that happened to us or experiences that we had. And people picking up on that and saying stuff like, I relate to what you said, and that's when you know you did the right thing. And it happens a lot. Since the album is out, it's happening a lot, and that means a lot to us collectively, I would say.
Awesome. And working with Johnny K, I mean, he's a hell of a producer. And Groove Master Studios, I was there last year with a band, and that studio is amazing.
Yeah, I was home for
that's awesome.
A month and a half.
Nice. I mean, how did Johnny K really contribute and help making the final product of the album for you guys?
Well, there's two things. One, you know, he has an amazing amp collection,
Yeah.
amazing vocal, booth and microphones, his boards, and so the sound of the record is really Groove Masters. It has its fingerprints on it. And there's a lot of vintage stuff that we used. We wanted to make a record. We wanted to make a record that didn't sound like it was, overly produced and tons of all these crazy digital things. We wanted to make a rock record.
Right.
And he has a lot of the things that we wanted. And then obviously, like he being an executive producer, he'll always say, no, I don't like that, or let's have a conversation. So he's definitely had a hand in a fair amount of things.
Awesome.
To every single song.
Awesome. I wanted to talk about one of the singles, I'm America. It's a very, very deep, and it's a huge statement song for you guys. When you guys sat down to write that song, what were you guys wanting to get across to the fans as far as a message?
Well, obviously, first of all, it is an anthem for unification, and that song talks about, and I say the same thing on stage before we play the song. It talks about, our experiences collectively on stage as we are as a band, but it also talks about the journey of every single American, because if you look in your history, you're going to have someone, your grandparents or your father or, someone in your family who came from somewhere else, left everything behind. So you and I can be here, meeting, take interviews, and really talk about whatever the fuck we want.
Right.
And that in itself is a gift, and that means what? That's the essence of being an American. And when we wrote that song, that was in our mind, and it's basically following the journey of people and what it means to be today here and how do we feel as Americans. It's very charged with a lot of history, from it gets us a little bit autobiographical for me, but yeah, pretty much that's what we're trying to express in that song.
Awesome. The video is historical as well as a lot of very important American moments and images and videos in that video. How did the idea for that video come along, and how did everything come together for that?
It was a tough video to make. We had 3 or 4 different scripts, and
Wow.
We had 4 or 5 different directors.
Wow.
But it wasn't because it was a hard concept. It was because it was literally like the Spinal Tap version of video directors. One broke his hand, one got a better gig, like all the bullshit. But at the end of the day, we found out a fine line between making, and this goes for the song too. There's a really fine line between making something about America cheesy or un-American or too patriotic. Be like nice mix.
Exactly.
And so, the idea came to us. How do you tell the story of America, and not really piss anyone off? It's okay if we did. But the point is, it's the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything. And so we had that idea and how to make it like a childlike
approach. In which it plays a lot on the female role. Females are the ones who are giving birth and making giving birth to the next generations, and there's a lot of that in the lyrics. There's a female singing the song, and then we were thinking that maybe choosing like a female character, a little girl who's learning about her heritage, who learns about who America is and carries that with her. And then at the end of the video, she grows up, and then she has all that much more knowledge. And we felt that that's the right approach to kind of show that the future generation has to learn everything. You cannot approach life without knowing your past. Mm-hmm. And that was the main idea of like learning about your heritage and about the history.
We wanted to stay true to it. There are some shocking or controversial images in there that probably gets people emotional.
It's American history,
That's American
though.
history. But we wanted to stay true to that.
Awesome, guys. finally, after this tour is over, I know we're reaching the end of this tour after a couple dates. What do you guys have coming up for the rest of it? I know the album just came out, so I assume lots and lots of touring coming up. You got dates with Hailstorm and Lacuna Coil you've been doing and all that. Coming up, a couple of them actually.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is the first one with Hailstorm. Probably more touring. Nothing yet to announce, but
Right.
Definitely more touring. So, look out there for us.
Yeah,
awesome.
And then
for putting on a show.
A second song, second video coming out.
Awesome.
And
Probably, yeah, a new single probably coming up as well, following the America one.
Awesome.
So it's very exciting. We're very excited about everything that's happening. Again, if you don't walk in a situation with expectations, you're gonna enjoy it all.
Yeah,
Exactly.
the response has been incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
Like you said, we put out an EP in 2014, toured the hell out of it, and then kind of walked away to write this record. And
Right.
so to come back and get so much love, it's incredible.
Awesome. Well deserved for all of it as well. And everybody, the new album, At the End of the World, out now. It's only been out for a couple weeks. It's just picking up steam. It's only going to get better.
Thank you.
Guys, congrats on everything. Can't
Thank
wait
you
to
so
see
much.
the show tonight.
Thank you. Thank you so much.